Coming up on today's episode of Airborne Unlimited, World War II Airpower Expo 2016 to be in New Orleans. FAA certifies HeliTrak's collective pull-down. Secretary of the Air Force is made an honorary Tuskegee Airman. Hello, I'm Christopher C. Odom. It's October 20th, 2016, and this is Airborne Unlimited. There's going to be one heck of an air display on November 4th through 6th in New Orleans. The National World War II Museum, the Commemorative Air Force, and the Greater New Orleans Sports Foundation will be presenting the World War II Airpower Expo 2016 at the New Orleans Lakefront Airport. It was reported in a WarbirdNews.com press release that the three-day air show will offer aerial demonstrations, up-close aircraft tours, authentic World War II entertainment, hands-on activities, and an opportunity to meet some of the men and women who helped win the war. It's reported that visitors will enjoy access to a fleet of vintage World War II aircraft, including the B-29 Superfortress Fifi, a B-17 Flying Fortress, a P-51D Mustang, a group of P-40 Warhawks painted in their iconic shark mouth motif, and much, much more. Added to this is the commemoration of the upcoming 75th anniversary of Pearl Harbor. Daily showcases, which will feature 3 Japanese replica aircraft from the CAF Tora Squadron. These airplanes are replicas of the aircraft of the Pearl Harbor era, known as the Val, Kate, and Zero. More than just an air show, this will be more like a time warp event. The FAA has issued a supplemental type certificate to HeliTrak for its collective pull-down line of products. The company said in a news release that the FAA certification supports its vision for developing innovative safety products like collective pull-down, which senses low rotor RPM and automatically lowers the collective. The pilot's recognition time in the event of low rotor RPM is a concern with all models of helicopters. Chris Nels, the president of HeliTrak, said, "A primary design goal for the collective pull-down was to improve the probability of a successful outcome in the event of a sudden loss of rotor RPM. The collective pull-down line is the company's first safety product to reach the market." After the break, Debora Lee James wears a red Tuskegee Airman jacket.
Concorde's recombinant gas RG series sealed battery technology produces a high-performance battery with the advantages of being pre-tested and fully charged at the factory. Find out more about Concorde's entire line of batteries at www.concordebattery.com. Concorde, the heart of your aircraft.
Since the early days of powered flight, pilots have struggled with landing in crosswinds. In fact, crosswinds and wind gusts cause more landing accidents than fog, thunderstorms, and icing combined. That's where the Redbird X-Wind SE comes in. By placing pilots in gusty crosswind conditions for extended periods of time, the X-Wind SE gives instructors all the time they need to teach the pilot the proper techniques for landing in crosswind conditions. For more information on Redbird X-Wind SE and Redbird's entire line of flight training devices, visit www.redbirdflightsimulation.com.
Based on the popular Sling 2 LSA, the Sling 4 was designed to be the most practical and desirable lightweight 4-place experimental aircraft on the market. Find out more about this 115 horsepower turbocharged airplane at airplanefactory.com.
Welcome back. If you have a story suggestion for Airborne Unlimited, Aero-TV, our podcasts, or website, just email to news-spy@aero-news.net. Air Force Secretary Debora Lee James was named an honorary Tuskegee Airman and was presented the Tuskegee Airman Red Jacket during the Air Force Memorial's 10th anniversary ceremony in Arlington, Virginia last week. Known as the Red Tails because of the red-painted tails of their aircraft, the airmen who served in the once segregated 332nd Fighter Group during World War II can now be recognized by their distinguishable red jackets. Retired General Leon Johnson, the president of Tuskegee Airmen Incorporated, said, "Secretary James, just like the Tuskegee Airmen, you have been a trailblazer. You, like them, have shown that hard work and staying on task results in success. James said, "It's the honor of my lifetime. My heart is palpitating and it's difficult to find words. I'm just so humbled by this honor, and I'm so humbled to be with these gentlemen. They inspire us all." To become an honorary Tuskegee Airman, one must help preserve the Red Tails' heritage and help continue their legacy by introducing youth to aviation, science, technology, engineering, and math. According to Johnson, James has done just that. It's Thursday, which means that it's time for an Aero-Community update, highlighting news and information about the incredible people and organizations that participate with our Airborne Partnership Initiative behind Airborne Unlimited. Only a few years ago, no one would have thought there would be an organization that represented a civilian industry of unmanned aerial systems. Now, the Association for Unmanned Vehicle Systems International, better known to all as AUVSI, is doing just that and more. AUVSI is an organization that represents the views of the unmanned systems and robotics community to government officials, regulators, media, and the public. They say their mission is to shape global policy by advocating on behalf of the unmanned systems and robotics community, monitoring legislation, and assessing the global impact of the industry to ensure that obstacles to advancing and fielding these technologies are removed. AUVSI also represents the industry in congressional hearings, participate in coalitions and rulemaking committees, and collaborate with various trade associations and stakeholders to serve and achieve their interest of the industry. This organization is reflecting the changes and unique growth going on in our Aeroverse, and the Aero-News network is proud to be joining with them in creating innovation preview programming for the UAS industry at the AUVSI Exponential Convention being held in the spring of next year. After these messages, Alaska Airlines merger with Virgin America proceeding on schedule.
Sandia introduces the new SAI 340 Quattro TSO'd airspeed, attitude, altitude, and slip. With integral backup battery, safety never looked so good. See it now at www.sandia.aero.
The Bristol Light Sport aircraft is what you are looking for. The Bristol is wider than a Cirrus, faster than a Skyhawk, offers more storage than a Husky, and comes standard with Garmin avionics. So what are you waiting for? Visit Bristol.com to find out how you can get into a Bristol today.
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartzell Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartzell Propeller.
Explore no limits flying in the FAA-certified Sea Ray Amphibious LSA, one of the top 3 best-selling LSAs in the U.S. Progressive Aerodyne Sea Ray comes equipped with a Rotax engine and exhibits extraordinary handling on land, water, and in the air. Check it out at www.searay.com.
With so much news coming out of the aviation industry, we're summarizing a few of those other great stories in a brief segment we call Around the Patch. The merger of Alaska Airlines and Virgin America is making good progress, according to company officials. They say the talks with the Department of Justice are proceeding and that the deal would probably close early in the fourth quarter of this year. CFM International has now delivered the 30,000th CFM56 engine. The milestone engines, one each for Airbus and Boeing, were recently delivered to customers. The aircraft were a Delta Airlines Airbus 320neo and a China Eastern Airlines 737-800. The global flight simulators market is expected to reach $5.6 billion by 2024, according to a new report by Grand View Research. Increasing adoption of full flight simulators is expected to grow because of their high fidelity and reliability. According to the latest ATR market forecast, demand for new turboprops in the Asia-Pacific region is expected to reach 750 units over the next 20 years. This would be partly fueled by about 600 new routes to be created in the region, excluding China. A new airport surface surveillance capability developed by Saab is now operational for the FAA at San Francisco International Airport. This is the 36th airport in the U.S. National Airspace System to receive this ADS-B-based airport ground surveillance system. Well, that's it for today's trip around the patch. Now, let's get back to the rest of the news. SpaceX founder Elon Musk said recently that Sabotage has been ruled out in the explosive loss of the Falcon 9 booster and its satellite payload on September 1st. Space News reports that Musk's comments reportedly came during a presentation to National Reconnaissance Office employees last week. According to an excerpt of Musk's remarks, he said that the leading theory is the possible formation of solid oxygen in the carbon overwrap of one of the helium bottles in the upper stage tanks. If it was liquid, it would have been squeezed out, but under pressure, it could have ignited with carbon. He said that the theory is still subject to confirmation, and the company said they do not comment on his personal conversations. However, Musk reportedly said that there is a long list of company adversaries who might try to sabotage future missions. He did not elaborate on that comment, according to the report. Well, that's our program for today. Remember that Airborne Unlimited is streamed daily, Monday through Friday, with additional breaking news bulletins for important stories that fall outside of our normal deadlines. If you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe. And do check us out on Facebook and Twitter. Get comprehensive, real-time, 24/7 coverage of the latest aviation and aerospace stories anytime at aero-news.net. Keep flying. We'll see you tomorrow.